Yo, what's up guys? How are you? Today, man, I'll be talking about my New York Yankees, Jose Trevino, the bullpen, because the Yankees just got absolutely embarrassed today in a midday game. They lost 17-5, and this game really showed the flaws of the New York Yankees, and it really is good that it's happening now and not in October, but teams are definitely going to take advantage of our flaws currently if we don't go out and do something about it. So obviously I really have to start this video off with talking about Jose Trevino, and then we'll get into the bullpen. But the bullpen in tonight's game, it was absolutely brutal. Yes, most of the guys that pitched today probably will not be in our playoff roster and the playoff bullpen, but still, I digress. We got to get into Jose Trevino. We got to get the elephant out of the room. Jose Trevino is the worst catcher in Major League Baseball at throwing out runners. I have a couple stats to actually back that up, but yeah, he has been absolutely brutal. Like, this is literally just not even an opinion anymore. You actually have facts to back it up, and I don't know why I can't just bring it all at once. Okay, actually I can. Now I'll go ahead and bring it up. So shout out to Yank Plane, who actually went ahead and broke all of this down. By catcher throwing, Jose Trevino, 54 out of 62 qualified Major League Baseball catchers, including starters and backups. This guy won a Platinum Glove 2 seasons ago. 54th out of 62, and it probably would get worse if he played every single day, but he doesn't, because Austin Wells plays. Thank the heavens. Defensively, even though Austin Wells really also, if you look at the stats as well, he's not really throwing out guys, but guys don't test Austin Wells like they do with Trevino. But maybe that changes, I'm not too sure. Austin Wells by catcher throwing 46 out of 62. Pop time was Trevino, 65 out of 67. He's one of the worst pop time throwing out runners. I know we had a wrist injury early on in the season. I want to say maybe like spring training. I know we had a little injury. I don't know if it was with his wrist or that was last season, but still, his arm looks worse. It's not accurate. It's not on a line. It's not on a rocket. I was trying to clip this off from yesterday, the game that Adley basically ended the game throwing a rocket to Jorge Mateo, former Yankee, of course. Like, gotta be a sick troll. Framing, Austin Wells and Jose Trevino are phenomenal at framing. Jose Trevino is, according to the stats, the best framer in Major League Baseball. So Trevino is an elite framer, really good at blocking pitches. He's been above league average offensively, but his catcher throwing, he cannot throw runners. It's literally a free stolen base. You got a single, that you might as well just call it a double because it's a free base. We had Rob Refsnyder, Yankee legend, try to run on him. You know how he actually got Rob Refsnyder out, but still, he allowed 9 stolen bases, which I'll get into again throughout this video, against the division rival Boston Red Sox on ESPN for the whole world to see. And again, he still cannot throw out runners. Like Tanner Swanson, I know he works with our catchers. Everything else is really good. I know you can't just work on the arm that's going to be just on a rocket. Like, obviously, you either have a really good arm or you don't. Obviously, you can build it up. You're not going to build it up to like a rocket. You're not just going to wake up one day and be like, yeah, I'm going to work my ass off and I'm going to be, who's a good guy throwing out runners? Yadier Molina, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You're not going to wake up and be Yadier Molina. Like, let's be fucking for real. He's the best framer in baseball. First out of 61. Austin was his 4th out of 61. So it looks like they're really honing in on framing, on blocking, but can we get some more work with the pop time? Can we get some more work with the catcher throwing? Because according to, again, these stats, blocking Jose Trevino, 10th out of 60. Austin Wells, 31st out of 60. Like, that's not bad for Wells, and that's really, really good for Trevino. And what blocking is just, you know, those pitches in the dirt, just go ahead and just blocking them so they don't lead to the runners advancing. Doesn't lead to runs. I remember countless times this season, Jose Trevino has gotten a block to prevent a run. Like, that has to count to his DRS or his out above average, whether you want to use Baseball Savant or Fangraphs. You do you. The only thing that had to piss me off with Trevino is literally just throwing out runners. And the fact of the matter is he's having such a good season outside of that. And I'm surprised that more teams haven't tested him early on. Obviously, that Red Sox game, Saturday Night Baseball, teams are now honed in. They now know that when Jose Trevino was starting at catcher, You can literally steal the base. Oh my god, I was talking about this yesterday with a couple Yankees fans. Ellie De La Cruz is gonna make a mockery of Jose Trevino on a base pass. Like, he's literally gonna get like a walk, a single, or some shit. He's gonna literally come around, steal second, steal third. He's going to fuck around and steal home. I'm so confident in that happening. I might have to put money on that. I'm not being so dead ass. But now on to the next point. Before I get into the bullpen, I just want to get into the clips of Jose Trevino. Actually, I'll get to this as well. Shout out to Volpe Parma on Twitter, but I don't have to go out and look at Baseball Savants. Went ahead and just brought it up for me. This is Jose Trevino's catching. I don't know why my notifications are going off. ESPN Fantasy. New York Liberty going insane. Catching wise, you got blocks above average, 91st percentile, 5, been really good. Caught stealing above average, he's in a 13th percentile, which is awful. He's -2, which really should be a lot more, because again, he allowed 9 stolen bases. I made a few today. All 9 of them were obviously all on him, but a lot of them was just him not getting a grip, him throwing just a terrible ball. Marcus Stroman with the leg kick, doing so nonchalant. That led to a lot of that as well. But oh my god, Jared Duran, David Hamilton, like those guys that speed, those guys that track stars, of course they're gonna go out and steal bases on him. Yeah, and then Trevino also just causes a really good game. Framing wise, so Trevino is in the 100th percentile. He's 6. He's the best framer in Major League Baseball. Pop time, 2nd percentile, god awful, 2.08 pop time. I believe Austin was like in the 1.9s in terms of pop time. But before we get into that, I do want to get into just go ahead and just relive the Sunday night nightmare against the Boston Red Sox, where they stole a franchise record 9 stolen bases on Jose Trevino. So Marcus Stroman, again, like I said, you'll see a little bit of like a leg kick, so nonchalant with Stroman. Those two right there are, if they're ever battery mates ever again, which they're probably most likely be, maybe even as soon as next game, stolen bases are literally so free when you go up against them. I might have to, as a better man, I might literally have to take the fastest guy that the Yankees end up playing and just take this on the base. Like, we had Gunnar Henderson was like double-digit stolen bases. Like, I think he just achieved that this series. Like, he's decent when it comes to stolen bases. He's a superstar with his bat and defensively, but base running, he's pretty solid at that. But Jesus Christ, somebody like Jorge Mateo, if he can get on base, stolen base would be absolutely free. But again, I digress. Let's go ahead and just click play. I don't know why the volume is so down. I turn that up. My fault. So Sunday Night Baseball, pitch right down the middle. He's obviously just taking so Durant can steal. Jose Trevino doesn't even get a throw off because of the gripping. This also happened in the last game of the series against the Dodgers, or maybe that was game 2, where he literally tried to throw in a runner, but he didn't have the grip, which I'm not going to fault him for that. If you don't have the grip, you don't have the grip. That comes with obviously, what's it called? Really just maybe like trying to do too much, maybe just thinking where you're going to throw the ball before you actually throw the ball. I'm not too sure. I've never played Major League Baseball, so don't ask me. He didn't get a good grip on that, and he stole the base. Jared Duran's a speedster. He's one of the best speedsters in Major League Baseball. Rafael at the dish. You got the ball in the dirt. Trevino back picks it, and he tries to throw, and he doesn't. Again, he did this literally, we're still mentioning this clip against the Dodgers, and he didn't throw. There's one play, I think Dominic Smith was trying to steal second, and he did. Even though he was trying to fake Trevino out, and he still ended up stealing a base. So that's just disgusting.
Will not throw down. And now it's 2nd and 3rd for the rookie.
They feel he's going.
8 stolen bases. He is.
Trevino throws offline to Volpe, and Volpe can't even come up with it. And this is Rafael stealing second. He's making his way now to 3rd.
And the running Red Sox have caused some problems for the Yankees early here.
Rafael is also a really good speedster. He's been really good reaching with the bat after I called him out. The Red Sox man was talking about, Alex Verdugo wouldn't even need a starting outfield. I was like, y'all literally got Rafael out there. Is really Abreu currently out? Yes, but y'all Rafael with a 66 WRC plus, and he dominated this series, and he's been red hot ever since. So did I fix say it on Rafaela? I'm about to fix it. You Red Sox fans, y'all gotta y'all gotta credit me for Cedar Rafaela breaking out this season. That's just me though. Goes in the dirt. Trevino can't come up with it. Again, like some of these, he's not even getting a throw off. He just literally just can't get it off. Pause.
Now the Red Sox are running wild against the Yankees.
Stolen base for David Hamilton is a speedster, even though he literally has like a over like 120 WRC plus and a decent amount of at bat. Shout out to David Hamilton. I'll be honest. Prior to this season, I was not familiar with his game. He may have came in late last season. Probably not have played that well if I don't really remember too much of David Hamilton.
He goes right away. Trevino will throw down, and it's not close.
Like, look, like again, bro, it's not accurate. It's not a rocket. Like, this is just not. That's literally pushing Labor Torres off of the second base bag. He can't get a. He can't. He just can't. He just can't even get a tag.
Throw down, and it's not close.
Just awful.
Pitch number 88.
Why does it feel like every at bat Robert Repschneider's up to bat?
Going to third base.
He can't even get the throw off. And yesterday, he threw it to third in extra innings, cost us a run, and we lost by 1 run. He threw it to, I think DJ was at third, completely missed him, and the Orioles come out to score. And what happens? They didn't get by 1 run, but people are like, oh, the 1 run was them hitting Gunnar Henderson. Like, maybe that run woke the offense up, got stand out 3-1 homer. I'm not advocating players to get hit, but in that situation, you hit Aaron Judge. With all due respect, I'm not an old head. I'm not about the back in my day. I'm 21 years old. I just graduated from college. I'm not 47 years old, 50 years old. But hey, you hit the captain, you gotta get plunked. You got a Henderson against Nestor Cortez. You try to alert him, try to throw at him. He missed. This time around, though, yeah, if it was intentional by Victor Gonzalez, who's not a good baseball player, okay, but at the end of the day, you come for the king, you best not miss. We missed that king the first time, but hey, the second time, I'm just gonna say we didn't miss, but I digress. With all due respect, again, I love Gunnar Henderson, my favorite players in Major League Baseball, but let's be fucking for real. He had to get plunked. Let's just call it spade a spade. It just had to be done. I don't know why he's talking like that, but I digress.
And he goes swing and a miss.
Valdez at dish, and he's just not even getting the throws off, which is just triggering me. He throws it. The throw was so bad that Volpe had to cut it off. Oh my god, I'm gonna crash out. I'm going to crash out. And then you'll hear Trevino in his post-game interviews like, man, yeah, I gotta get better, this, that, and the third. And the next game, he still does the same thing. Like, actions speak louder than words. We need to see this in game. Has he been above league average offensively? Absolutely. He has like a 112, 113 WRC plus prior to today's game. Been really good offensively, but at the end of the day, if you're costing the team with these throws, man, like, it's just limited at bats are in your rear view mirror, man. Let's call a spade a spade. Trev, I love Trev. He's so likable too. It just hurts because he has a terrible arm. And this is for the lead right here. David Hamilton, the speedster, literally perfect jump. I believe this is that Ian Hamilton pitching. I think I can tell by his windup. David Hamilton, I mean, he literally has that stolen base so easily. Actually, no. Look at this. This actually was Trevino's probably best throw today, to be honest. And I was literally just shit talking him. My fault. My fault, Trevino. Good throw right on the line. Look, like, bro. That's a good throw right on the line. Is that one more on Glaber than it is on? Is that like yo? Is that not more on Glaber than it is on my boy Jose Trevino? Look at this. Okay, the ball isn't in his glove fully, but it's like halfway there. He's literally about to do this and just put it in his glove. Hamilton is still a fair distance away. Let's hit play. He literally couldn't even catch it. Like, he literally didn't catch it. He didn't catch the ball. He didn't catch the ball. Obviously, I'm not an athlete, but You feel me? Type shit. You feel me? Tries to put it on him. Tries to put it on him. To no ado. To no ado. I just realized I'm 15 minutes into this video and I haven't talked about relievers. My fault. And of course, Adley Rutschman ends the game off yesterday, basically with a basically just a slap in the face to Jose Trevino. Ended the game off with, of course, as Jose Trevino had to dish. He did end up walking here, and Jemai Jones struck out on 4 pitches, 3 strikes. Struck out looking on a dot, like right where my mouse is, right there. Perfect pitch by Dylan Tate. Obviously, again, the former Yankee was involved in Carlos Beltran trade with the Texas Rangers, and he's found his way the last couple of seasons with the Baltimore Orioles. Shout out to him. Right down the middle, Jose Trevino does not swing. We are down by 1. We just came back from down 5-1. Run around first. Oswaldo Cabrera pinch hitting for DJ LeMahieu. Adley Rutschman, absolute dot to Jorge Mateo, again, former Yankee. And that literally is clear as day out on Oswaldo Cabrera. Again, he's not a speedster. Would have loved to, maybe this is where you put a Jemai Jones, who's definitely quicker than a Oswaldo Cabrera. And maybe you instead pinch hit. Maybe you instead just keep Trent Grisham against lefties because he's better against lefties. Or you pinch hit Grisham for Oswaldo Cabrera, who played a good amount of outfield last season, especially in left field. And you put Verdugo in center. He had that phenomenal catch in center field to save 3 runs at the end of the top of the 9th. But I digress. And Jorge Mateo gets him up with a beautiful tag and a beautiful throw by Adley Rutschman. Yikes. Like, again, like, I just hate me the Yankees have so many super utility guys. DJ LeMahieu, Oswaldo Cabrera, John Birdie. Neither one of them are league average hitters. Like, Birdie is really good defensively. DJ LeMahieu is pretty good defensively. Oswaldo Cabrera, he's had way too many errors. Played second base today. He got multiple errors filling in for Gleyber Torres. He might be a guy where everybody's really out. He might be seeing himself back in AAA, and he was literally Barry Bonds' hottest can be at the beginning of the season, and now he is as cold as can be. So that's just very unfortunate. Before I end the video, I want to get into the Yankees bullpen, and the fact of the matter is just not right now. It's just really not very good right now. There's good pitchers, there's good relievers here. Like, I'm going to name them. Tommy Kahnle is a good reliever. Is he having a good season outside of that grand slam to Oscar Hernandez of the error from Gleyber Torres? He is. Ron Marinaccio, in my opinion, is a solid. I'm going to call him good. He did sell yesterday. Ron Marinaccio in yesterday's 7-6 loss pitched 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. He gave him 3 runs. Actually, the 3rd run was credited. The 2nd run was credited to Garrett Cole after he came in with giving up a single to Cedric Mullins, begging to get the 5th inning, and he gives that up. Pitches only 62 pitches, and then Marinaccio comes in, gives up a homer to Ramon Urias, who's been struggling this season, if I'm not mistaken. And then Clay Holmes comes in, tie game 5-5, top of the 10th, extra innings, Manfred rule. Awful, god-awful rule. Thank God it's not in there for the playoffs. It should not be in there regardless. Hopefully that's out with the new rule or CBA, whatever. He gives up 2 runs, soft contact Cedric Mullins, and then he gives up a double to Ramon Urias after the 2nd run. After he gave up the 2nd run after Trevino threw to 3rd. It was awful, and I forgot who it was that ended up scoring off that, but yeah, they both got the double stand, drove him in, and they killed the mood. So yeah, the bullpen definitely has been pissing me off recently. There definitely needs to be a change when it comes to the bullpen. Guys in the bullpen that I do not trust right now currently, Caleb Ferguson. I don't think he's good. Christian Gonzalez, I don't think he's good as well. Obviously, before both of them to get trades to Dodgers. So Tim Hill just came in today, gave up 3 runs. You'll say, yeah, that was unearned, but he also gave up a 3-run homer to Anthony Santander. So in my opinion, he gets at least an earned run for that in my book. Might be the book of morons and a book of idiots, but it's definitely in my book. Clay Holmes has been struggling. He's like a 1.3 whip. Prior to yesterday's game, that whip is definitely higher now. He has in whip a 1.34. If you look at his baseball supply, instead of his underlying metrics, honestly aren't bad. He pitches like a 2.7 expected ERA, so it's not bad. Hard hits, decent. He's just not really striking guys out. His bullpen does not strike out guys. I really can only name you like one guy that strikes people out consistently in this Yankees bullpen, and it's really only Luke Weaver. So shout out to the Weave dog. And then we eventually have a starter come to the bullpen. Obviously, he was supposed to be our second best starter, and he absolutely just imploded. He absolutely just shit himself. Luis Gil today had the worst start of his career. 1.1 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 1 strikeout. Give the homer to Cedric Mullins to make it 3-0. His command looked off. He wasn't getting the Ks. Everything he hit was put in play. I don't know if they had something on Luis Gil coming into the game, because they just looked like they were just facing like the worst pitcher in Major League Baseball. But Luis Gil coming into this game had like a sub 2.10 ERA, hit the best ERA in the American League, and he leaves this game, but he's still a sub 2.8 ERA after this disgusting bombshell performance. 2.77 ERA. Michael Tucker comes in, gives up a run, came with another scoreless performance, and definitely still I definitely still trust Tommy Canley. Tim Hill came in, like I said, 3 runs, 0 earned. He gave a 3-run homer to Anthony Santander. Byron Nacho came in, gave up a run unearned. Definitely want to see some more out of Ron, but Ron honestly should be one of our worst relievers. I'm not going to expect Ron Nacho to be this otherworldly reliever. Like, he's like just barely making the roster currently. But Gonzalez isn't good. He gave up 2 runs, I believe. He did give the homer to Austin Hayes, or was that somebody else, if I'm not mistaken. Caleb Ferguson game, same thing, not good. Former Dodger, 1 inning, 3 hits, 2 runs. Like, Caleb Ferguson and Victor Gonzalez pitched worse than Trevino today, which is just disgusting. 3 hits for Trevino, 1 run, a walk. Ferguson, 3 hits, 2 runs. Fucking Victor Gonzalez, 1 hit, 2 runs. Like, you have a position player pitching better than you guys. Like, let's just be fucking for real. The Yankees need to acquire some relievers. They need to acquire them now. Last time I make a video like this, Anthony Rizzo, he unfortunately got injured. Ben Rice got called up. By the way, Ben Rice looks like he has a professional at bat. I like better seeing out of him. It was, I guess lefties and righties. The big doing with Ben Rice last year in AA was he couldn't really hit left-handed pitching. This season, he's hit AA pitching against lefties, AAA pitching against lefties. And so far against lefties in the major leagues, he looks very confident. He had 2 foul ball homers last night. Of course, he couldn't end it off with a 3-1 homer to end off the game. He had a phenomenal at bat to a sac fly. He's 2 sac flies so far. He has a single. He had a 3-0 count today. He got holes on a 3-1 count, and he ended up, I believe, flying out, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we'll have one of these guys in the bullpen, maybe like Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman, in my opinion, is our worst reliever. That's in my opinion. I believe it goes personally Garrett Cole, Luis Gil. I believe it then goes either Rodon or Cortez. Let's just say Rodon, then Cortez, then Stroman. Stroman, in my opinion, I believe he has like a 4.76 expected ERA as well. So the advanced stats don't like him. He doesn't strike anybody out. He walks too many guys. He just pitches on the edge. A lot of traffic on the base paths. He really just induces soft contact. Doesn't strike too many guys out. Pitches like 2023 Blake Snell without the strikeouts. He just throws on purpose, like out of the strike zone to get hitters to chase, but he doesn't strike out, so really just induces soft contact, which can lead to walks and traffic on the base paths, which is, you never want to see that. Yeah, outside of that though, like Tim Hill, you got to get off my team. Clay Holmes needs to be better. Clay Holmes is in a contract season. Again, his expected stats aren't bad, so until his expected stats look bad and he's still performing this shaky, he's still cardiac Clay, I won't be too worried with him. But I'm be honest, I'm a slight bit worried with Clay Holmes. Gave up a homer to Santander, and he gave up 2 runs yesterday, so he's giving up 4 runs in 2 games against the O's after having a 4-out save in Camden Yards to salvage the potential sweep at the hands of the Orioles at home. But thankfully, he ended up winning that game. I believe Oswaldo Cabrera had like a homer that shout out to him. Tommy Canley, like I said, I still trust him. Byron Nacho, Tonkin's been really good, and Luke Weaver, man. Shout out to the Weave dog. We need to get some righties. We need to get some lefties. We need multiple relievers, because this bullpen right now looks like a complete and utter joke. And Trevino, like I mentioned earlier, he needs to get better with his arm. If not, Austin Wells, hopefully he's like a 267, I believe, expected batting average. Like, he's been so unlucky. His expected slug is so much better than his actual stuff. He has so many balls that are just paws, that just go like deep and just they end up getting hard contact, just ends up getting in the opposing fielder's gloves. It's so nerve-wracking. It's so disgusting. Like, it's just so unlucky. He just needs to get some luck his way. He got a 3-run homer to dead center against the Royals, which we were just on fire. We cannot be stopped. And Clay Holmes blowed the save to Michael Garcia with like a sub 100 WRC plus and OPS plus. That might sound like a nerd right there. Holy fuck. But I digress. Yankees reliever Trevino working an arm. If not, Austin Wells, even though he doesn't have a fantastic arm, hopefully they won't go ahead and just continue to run on him like they do with him with Trevino, because Jesus Christ. Other than that, yo, that is a good episode. Go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok. See your boy John. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.